Hello everybody and welcome back to the video. Hopefully you guys are having an absolutely awesome day. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I really would appreciate that. Obviously, let's get straight into the Among Us news we got for you guys today. We've got a lot of new updates from last time I've updated you guys on one of these Among Us update videos. So obviously, let's get straight into this. If you haven't already, by the way, make sure the notification button as well. And let's get straight into this. Okay, so as you may or may not already know, Among Us has confirmed recently that it will be coming to PlayStation and Xbox at some point soon. I won't tell you guys quite yet, but make sure to stick around all the way for this video to learn everything you want to know about PlayStation and Xbox Among Us Edition. Basically, last year, Among Us said to us at some point we were going to be getting Among Us on PlayStation and Xbox consoles. So this includes the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, the Xbox One X, plus the Xbox Series X and Series S. So a lot of Xbox consoles. All of them, basically, from last generation to this generation, will be getting Among Us at some point. So obviously, the one reason why it's been taking quite a long time for them to get these consoles is the whole kind of PlayStation crossplay issue. So if you didn't know this already, basically, PlayStation have this thing where every development team or every gaming studio has to actually pay PlayStation an extra fee to add crossplay to their console and kind of have other barriers for crossplay before they just, instead of just allowing it to be kind of put onto their console. So what this basically means is, for example, if Call of Duty wanted to have crossplay between Xbox, PlayStation, or all the other consoles, instead of paying PlayStation just £5 per sale of a £50 Call of Duty game, they might have to give them an extra £5, so £10, because it's now crossplay. So what this basically means for the Among Us team is an extra headache, an extra legal hole they've got to kind of get themselves through and kind of, you know, sort out. And obviously it's causing extra issues, which is why it hasn't come to PlayStation yet, and obviously Xbox as well. With PlayStation and Xbox, they've got that kind of, those kind of issues where it's kind of extra legal things you've got to kind of consider, and obviously having the crossplay thing, making sure you're being legal with PlayStation and not causing any issues there. Obviously sorting out the paperwork with the paying the extra fee. And this is obviously going to cause a lot of issues because previously in the past, PlayStation didn't want to have crossplay on their console. And only recently, they've been quite open to it, but obviously with the extra fee. So Innisoft have probably been in that position where they don't really know what to do with the whole kind of crossplay issue. And that's probably caused a lot of the issues why it's been a lot delayed on that console compared to Switch, PC, or phone, which obviously have no issues with having crossplay at all. So with PlayStation, they're probably looking to kind of either have Among Us to not have crossplay, and that would obviously cause a lot of issues for Innisoft having to add extra code into the game to not allow it to be able to just put a code and be able to do it everyone else. Or they're only now recently been allowed to add crossplay, and now they've got to try and develop it for that, which is why it's taken such a long period of time. Among Us did recently announce a little tweet. They said, first of all, the title for their new Among Us account, it's called Among Us on Vacation, Don't Let Me Work. Basically, they're on vacation for about a week from August 2nd. So they won't probably be on holiday till about August 9th, August 10th. And basically, they say they don't want to work. Basically, they want a week off. They've obviously been developing for a whole year now. Obviously, well to them for developing for such a long period of time without, I believe, a proper break. I believe this is the proper vacation they properly took. I mean, maybe a couple of them did take some holiday during the development cycle, but not the whole team. I believe the whole team is now taking a big week break, which is amazing. This means less social media updates, but an overview while they are gone. They said the team is working on the next big update. There has been a little teaser of what this update is going to be. Some kind of like, it looks like cheese to me, or like a moon or something. So along those kind of lines, a new map basically they're working on. Obviously they said about their social media accounts. Basically, if you need any support, email them. Yell at me if I work this week, please. Basically, they're just saying they don't want to work this week. If they end up working, tell them not to. They need a good week off. Obviously, we need to keep in mind that Innisoft is a very small development team as well, because obviously I believe they're now up to maybe 7 developers now. I don't quite remember. I remember they were at 4 originally. No, sorry, 3 originally. They were up to 4. I remember them go up to 5, 6 or something around, maybe around 7. So this has meant that obviously developing has been really slow. A lot of people have been getting really annoyed. They haven't released it on PlayStation and Xbox. They haven't released any new maps, new features. And it feels like it's taking quite a long time to get all this new content out. Obviously, we do have to take into account that Among Us is a very tiny development team. And everything they want to release is going to take a lot longer than a big development team like, for example, Activision or EA, which obviously have a lot of resources, can get stuff out a lot faster. Obviously, they are working tirelessly to make sure it does come to these consoles and obviously new updates to keep coming out. Obviously, with the coronavirus pandemic as well, it's definitely slowed them down and caused some headaches within the Among Us development team, trying to obviously either work from home, work in the office sometimes, trying to obviously make sure they're social distancing, all that kind of stuff. It's caused probably a lot of issues with their development and obviously slowed them down that bit more. And probably made employment a lot more difficult as well if you think about that, because obviously you can't just have someone in the office and just sit down and talk to them. You will do extra things like, for example, you know, make sure they're negative and everything else you got to try and deal with to allow someone into the office as well. I'd like to add one more point to my reasons why Among Us has not come to PlayStation and Xbox on top of all the ones I've already stated so far. And obviously this is down to the fact the team is so small, and they're probably focusing on getting more content out, as well as kind of trying to get it to new consoles, because obviously they want to get new content out because people get annoyed there's not enough content, and then they're trying to get to new consoles as well because people are complaining that there's not other consoles, and they're just getting really split with time trying to, you know, sort every little different thing out. And I think it's been such an issue for them, and I think the whole thing they've been trying to do the last couple of months is really focus on the new content side, because to be fair, we'll get like one update every 3 months, which is pretty lackluster in my opinion. Get like one map every 3 months, and then nothing for another, like, obviously I said 3 months till the next update comes out. So I believe what they're trying to do is they're trying to actually get some updates out a little bit faster, and then obviously bring it to consoles when they have a little bit of extra time after an update has just come out. But yeah, that's my extra point I wanted to add to that, so you know, cheers. So let's talk about the actual release date for Among Us. So basically, they said last year that they didn't have an announcement for it. However, what they said this time is that it's close, very close, like close to being finished. However, they have not decided this in this tweet to give us a launch date. However, we can do what we can and speculate on when about this is going to come out. So this is actually what they said. NS Office recently been working on the version of the game, and today the official Twitter account offered a brief update on all things Among Us. Sadly, it seems that there is still no launch date to announce PlayStation or Xbox. Obviously, that will most likely disappoint players that have been waiting patiently for these ports, but however, the game will run on PlayStation and Xbox in the near future. That is basically what they have said recently in a tweet, and obviously over on some articles. So what I'm going to speculate from this is we are going to be seeing Among Us on Xbox and PlayStation by the end of this year. If you remember the way they released Among Us on Switch, they had no advertising. They literally just dropped it, like, without really saying anything, and no one really knew about it. I didn't even know about it until about a month it was out. So I believe they're going to drop it later this year, probably around the September, maybe more kind of towards November, December time, I'm going to believe. About a month before Christmas, and I believe that's the kind of time we're going to be seeing it, and then they're going to use that to promote the other editions of Among Us. So if you didn't know already, video up in the top right-hand corner. Basically, Among Us have made a new edition of Among Us called like the Crewmate Edition, the Imposter Edition, and the another edition which I can't remember the name of. They had 3 new editions, and I believe they're going to release these 3 editions along with the PlayStation, Xbox ports, which would be, you know, pretty cool, can't lie. That's going to be quite amazing. So I believe we're going to get that all kind of Christmas time so they can boost their sales for Christmas. That's how I see it anyway. I believe we should be getting Among Us by Christmas time. So if you haven't already, if you want to get yourself Among Us over on those 2 consoles, Christmas time should be it, hopefully. We don't know this for sure. It's obviously me speculating, me talking about when I think it's going to be, when the most likely chance of them releasing Among Us, and I cannot see any reason why it would be any later than this date. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, please, if you haven't already, make sure to drop a like, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will be releasing more update videos on Among Us and obviously Fall Guys as well. As soon as the news drops, so obviously if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe with the notification button on so you do not miss out on a new upload. Apart from that, thank you so much for watching this video, and have a good rest of your day, and cheers for watching.